If you have less funds, there's actually some creative ways on how you can still actually build the business with those less funds. And that's something that we're going to be talking a lot more about. But if you are someone who is feeling a little bit stuck and you're not sure in terms of, does the amount of money that you have, is it realistic towards your goals? Are you on the right track? Are you actually progressing as much as you think you've progressed? Just reach out to us. You can always reach out to my email and just kind of let us know. But we can introduce things to the group for people who do have limited capital. It's something that I've always been speaking about. I believe there are probably about 2 or 3 or 4 different ways of still making an income fairly quickly with very limited capital. So that's something that we're actually looking at. There's some things in the background that I'm currently doing. So I'm excited to introduce those to you guys very, very soon. And also in terms of, and I've said this before a couple of weeks ago, if you have a really good idea, so if you have a specific idea, and sometimes all you need to do is prove the concept of that particular idea. So if you think about building a big business or a big brand, sometimes it can become really overwhelming because you're like, whoa, do I even see myself, having this massive brands and doing all these products and selling all around the world? And can I even do that with the amount of funds that I actually have, with the money that I need to reinvest? But sometimes it's just about proving that concept. And sometimes it's working with your actual budget to say, okay, well, I only have, a few $1,000s. This is the idea that I actually have. I think it's a good idea. Can I prove that concept? And the reason why I say that is because when you can actually prove the concept, it's not too hard to get funding, right? For the actual idea of yours. It's easier to get funding for an idea after you've proven the concept than it is before. So if there is an idea that you actually have and you think of it, instead of trying to build the whole brand on $5,000, what I want to do is just prove that this idea actually works. There's a demand for it in a particular market. It is something that's different. And then we can always assist you with helping getting funding for that particular project. That's one of the reasons why, I love things like Kickstarter also. Kickstarter is a really great place to get funding. Kickstarter is probably something if you have a really, really big idea. But, Kickstarter, the good thing about it is that when you're actually essentially introducing your product, your idea, all you need to have done is essentially a prototype, a sample. You don't even actually need any sales yet, right? So you just need a video showing exactly your idea, the brand story, maybe a little bit about yourself and why you created that product. It's essentially 1 page. And then you put it out there, and what you're actually doing is you're actually selling future inventory of that product for people to invest in. So you might turn around and say, I have this amazing product. This is what it is. I've got the prototype. I have the manufacturer. It's going to cost me, let's say, $100,000 to get to stage 2 of the business, which is ordering this amount of inventory. And essentially what happens is you go there and you put packages on Kickstarter, and you might say package 1 will include, 2 units of my product. And then people pay you for that. And they don't actually get shares of the company, but they're willing to invest in your business. So that's one way of doing it. There's, of course, other ways of doing it also. It's kind of a really good idea. And about 46 or 48% of projects that go on Kickstarter actually get funded. So there is going to be, and I'm not sure, I'm actually kind of thinking now whether or not we'll do a separate module within the AOE course in terms of just all these different ideas in terms of, how to actually grow a business on low capital, what different ideas that you can actually do if you have an idea or if you have a concept, how you can get funding for that. But yeah, we'll probably do something like that.
That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are a community of 2,500 members and growing. We're the fastest growing community of professional e-commerce sellers right here in Australia. With sales, by the way, of over $50 million. $50 million, holy crap. If you'd like to find out more about what we do and how we can help you build your own e-commerce business too, get off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. The link for that is in the description. And thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.